Superdarkwater on the channel. So today I'm reviewing Marvel 2-in-1 number 2, The Thing and Human Torch. Got this homage to the first Fantastic Four cover, and the Thing is like, how can we stop this creature, Torch? Human Torch is like, just wait and see, Gruesome, we've only begun to fight, because this is like the beginning of their adventure. And then this is kind of accurate to how Doom is in the comic, because he's in the comic, he's in the cover, but he's not helping. He's just kind of there, which is exactly how he is in the comic, so it's accurate. So, and he's like, it'll take more than this to get the infamous Iron Man into the action, because he thinks he's Iron Man or whatever. So yeah, but this comic is actually great. There's a variant cover by Gabriel Dell'Otto, which I really like his artwork. He did Marvel Secret War. But yeah, the cover his cover was like overpriced. They like marked it up, I don't know, at least $5. So I just got the regular cover, but it's a great cover by Jim Chung. I mean, look at that. It's the homage to the original cover, and you got the main characters on it: infamous Iron Man, Human Torch, and Thing. They look cool. Colors popping. Here's the flashback page. Basically explains that Sue and Reed from the Fantastic Four are gone, and Ben and Johnny are the only ones left, and Reed left behind some artifacts or some tech for Ben Grimm to discover, and then try and explore the wonders of the multiverse. So basically Ben is trying to get Johnny to go on adventures with him again. So he tells him a lie, which he explains here. This is different though. I told him Reed, Sue, and the kids are still alive in like another universe, just to get him out of his funk and back exploring, like we used to with Stretcho. So basically, Ben Grimm, look at that awesome shot. It's just like, wow. I love the full page spread, and especially if it's like a huge head or a face. It's so cool. The artwork in this is great. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, he's trying to get Johnny back into it because he's kind of like, what's the word? Like he's getting not depressed, but he's getting, well, first of all, he's losing his powers. He can't even like fully flame on. Like, he like starts to lose his power here. And that happened in the first comic too. He's like, no, Ben, my flame, I can't. So he's like, he's not only losing his powers, but he's also like becoming, not nostalgic, not depressed. What is the word I'm trying to think of? He's becoming, okay, I'll think of the word later. Anyway, so this is Ben Grimm's girlfriend. She's blind. Her name's Alicia. And then it's kind of funny. She's like, remember when you disappeared for months and Johnny and I dated, but I was actually a Skrull? And then it's like in Fantastic Four 277. So I don't know. It's just kind of funny little flashback to their old Fantastic Four stories. Then they get in the Fantastic Car. And I actually, Diversity in Comics didn't like the style or the design of it. He said it looked like a bathtub. I think it looks cool. I thought it was like a very like interesting looking floating device. I don't know. It's like the aesthetic of it is nice. It's clean. Has like straight lines. That's why I like it. But I'm trying to get this to focus. Sorry, a lot of technical difficulties in this video. Superdarkwater, best channel of the year. Basically, he's taking Johnny to Monster Island. He's like, yeah, so this kind of dialogue kind of annoys me. He's like, yeah, I don't know, Reed always had whatchamacallits and doohickeys. Probably should have brought a Find Your Multiversal device thingy. Like, okay. It's just like unnecessary, but it's like a thing that's in modern comics now, so whatever. But it doesn't take away from the story. They're goofy guys, so they say goofy things. It's just the types of goofy things that they say are a little different than they used to be. So they're basically talking about, yeah, so he was like, I'm sure it'll be obvious, like that mouth cave. Is this the mouth cave? I'm not sure. I don't know what that monster's name is. So they're going into this cave, and he needs him to light up the cave, so he flames on. And then you see the mole man and like all these, like, I don't know, what are these called? Mole people? Mongoloids? Trolls? What are they? I don't know, I think they're mole people. But then you get Mole Man and the monster from the cover. and this other monster, and they basically are just saying, they're just explaining who they are and that they want to fight instead of talk it out. So Human Torch and the Thing fight monsters like they always do, and you get this awesome shot. Look at that. Like, just look, this is just like, this is, you will remember reading this from years to come. Like, you'll come back and read this and be like, wow, look how awesome this was. And like, just like colorful and memorable. And then, so like I said, Johnny loses his powers. Doom shows up and saves him. He blasts all the mole people or whatever. And look at that. Like, this is just great comic books. This is what comics are supposed to be. Like, huge, like, you know, what's this called? Like, action-packed explosions, color, you know, characters showing up and making appearances and fighting. The Thing is mad that he's there, and obviously Doom is like, boom, shoots him. And he's like, I just saved you guys. And then he obviously takes command of all the mole people because he's stronger than Mole Man. And he's like, what? No. And he's like, take my... And then, okay, so I always imagine Doom talks like Kylo Ren or Darth Vader because he's got that Iron Man suit. Pretty much anyone with like... Same with Punisher, War Machine. Anyone that's got like this like Iron Man suit, I always picture their voice being like Bane or Darth Vader, like, I think you will discover that I know the feeling all too well. Like, just like always like deep and like monotone. But he's just saying like, he's like talking to the Mole Man. He's like, my loyal citizens, please take my political rivals deep into the earth. I wish to be alone. And so he says that there's no device. So the whole reason that they went to Monster Island, sorry, I probably forgot to say that. This is the most disorganized video I've ever done. The whole reason they're going to Monster Island is because they're looking for a device to travel to the multiverse. Because Reed said that it was the device that he needs, that Ben needs to travel in the multiverse with Johnny, is at the place of their first adventure. So this is their first adventure. So they go to Monster Island. That's why he goes there, right? Their first adventure as the Fantastic Four. But what ends up happening... Okay, so anyway, this doesn't matter. Doom leaves because he doesn't... He just calls them fools and he leaves. He's not going to follow them anymore. The whole first adventure wasn't actually the first adventure as Fantastic Four. Reed was referring to the first adventure with him and Ben alone. So they were in high school together. Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom, got a award. They snuck into the high school and vandalized it with a F, like, get it, like Fantastic Four. So this is Victor Von Doof. So everybody saw it and laughed, and you know, they got him over. That was their first adventure. Look at that really cool shot of Dr. Doom, just classic. That's how I imagine Dr. Doom when I see him in my head canon. Yeah, and then this really cool shot of the Fantastic Four. I really hope that this video ends up focusing on the pages. I gotta go back and watch it because I've had to press the screen to focus it like a million times. But yeah, look at that. Like, just, this is the Fantastic Four. It's so crazy. They're back. Like, he's got all the Doom bots and Invisible Woman, and the colors are there and they're moving, and it's just, and then they're looking at each other because they have like this like special look or whatever that they know everything's gonna be okay. It's just good. And then Ben is explaining it to Johnny, and then he's like, oh, the trophy is the actual place of the first adventure. So they finally find the device. So here we go. They're going to go travel into the thinking, the multiverse. Don't know what's going to happen next, but are you kidding me? Looks awesome. I'm definitely getting the next book. 100% recommendation. Definitely going to buy the next one and review it. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know if you hated it. Subscribe. Make sure you still subscribe. Turn the bell on for notifications. Superdarkwater out. Okay, so I'm obviously trying something new with this video because I did an intro, and I don't usually do intros. Also, I am adding this extra spot at the end for me to explain something that I totally forgot to explain. Also, I'm testing this out. Should I review comics on this bag, or is that too distracting? Should I just do it on my lap? Okay, so we'll test it out with the audio too. But the thing that I wanted to point out that I forgot in the review was this thing that was extremely Marvel. This is a very classic Marvel trope. So Human Torch is saying, hey, or the thing says, hey, Flamebrain, you mind getting your stinky feet away from the pilot's head? And then Johnny says, "What? My feet haven't stunk in years. I literally burn off any dirt or germs like dozens of times a day. I don't need to shower. In fact, I haven't even had to brush my teeth since the accident." Whoosh, bye-bye plaque. And then the Ben says, "For some reason, that's really grossing me out." So that wasn't that funny, but it's just a classic Marvel trope, right? A superhero can do something unique that adds to their daily life that would help a normal human, and they can do it because of their superpower. They can do it because they're a superhero. Because, you know, that's just a classic Marvel thing that, like, they love, like, adding, like, everyday things into mixing everyday things with superheroes. So anyway, I just wanted to add that. You know, a couple of funny ones I thought of would be like, you know, Spider-Man uses his webbing to, like, open the dishwasher, or, like, I don't know, Iron Man shows up places where he isn't physically there in his Iron Man suit. I mean, not in his Iron Man suit, like, he has his Iron Man suit go for him. The Hulk, you know, the Hulk doesn't have to pay rent or something like that, you know, because, you know, he goes to his landlord and he's like, "You wouldn't like me when I'm angry," and, like, then the landlord just doesn't charge him. Or, you know, or the Punisher, he has, like, as good night vision as, like, a dog or a wolf or something. You know, just random things like that. Like, I'm making all these up, but, like, these are, like, just, you know, other examples of Marvel characters having funny everyday life advantages because of their powers, kind of like Human Torch here. So anyway, just wanted to add that. Thanks for watching. Also, go check out my review of issue #1.